This is one of my images. I did this one at art school. Yeah, shout out to Graham Hall. This guy taught me how to do that one. Pretty cool picture, I like it. This is a motorbike one I did. I was so poor when I was doing this art that I had to do it on the back of... This is a wood cut off me and my son. I didn't have enough money for canvas. So because my artwork was a way to try and generate change and it was having good effect, people didn't like that and they started trashing it, and so I knew it didn't matter what I painted, it didn't matter. So I stopped painting art and started creating motorbikes. This is one of the first motorbike paintings I did. Captain America, you got to have that. They ended up like that, so they were getting better. Then I started branching into other vehicles. It's my this cool car, and then all the ones with my son in them, they have all this writing around the edges. It's just I love you in a lot of different languages. I had the chance to exhibit some work in a gallery, so I thought about it, and you know, like galleries can be pretty prestigious, snobby sort of places, eh? So I made a rubbing stone so that everybody that went there could take away a piece of art for free. And that was that's a rough image of it. It's me and my brother, we're both builders. My brother's the smart one, that's why he's got the level. You know, my motorbike pictures, they don't really qualify as any examples of fine art. They're nothing more than just good fun. I've done about 50 or 60 of them, I guess. I've given them all away. I've only got about 2 or 3. And I gave those to my son. You know, Captain America and a picture of my bike. My Mars pinched the big blue one. But, you know, they say that they're not worth nothing, you know, that's not what I mean. They say they don't qualify as art and stuff like that. Well, you know, for a lot of those people that got those pictures, it's the only original artwork they've got. You know, and they really appreciate it. And I don't care if those rich puritanical wankers from art school with their arts degrees and all the rest of it don't like it. I don't give a shit. I'm not painting stuff for them. I'm painting stuff for my people. And they appreciate it, and they call it art, and I don't really give a fuck what you think. And anyway, the other thing is, and this is the cool thing, you know, like, one day, I'm sure, you know, like, back in the day, they used to paint horses and cows and stuff, you know, so painting a motorbike is just the same. Besides that, some of those bikes, like the picture of the Honda that I used to have, the CB1100, you know, one day I figure in 100 years, maybe 200 years, and a copy of that or something like that will be beamed up into a wall in an art school. And some professor will be sitting there and he'll go, yeah, they used to suck this explosive fluid out of the ground and stick it in this tank, and then the gravity would suck it down into these carburetors, which had 2-stage carbs, by the way, with bigger jets. Anyway, they and then it'd be mixed up in a venturi with air, and it'd form this explosive gas, and then it'd be burnt in these combustion chambers, and the energy would be harnessed, exponentially multiplied, transfixedly delivered through the triple oscillating rangefinder and thermonuclear chain device to the back wheel. From there, it would propel these guys down the road clad in nothing but animal skins with a fiberglass thing on their head, up to 150 mile an hour, maybe more if they're madder. You know, so not only does it represent a really cool invention, but it also says a lot about the people that write them. And so they have historical context. I don't give a shit what those art people say. If I worried about those wankers, I'd never draw anything. So it gets to work, right? And guess what? The boss had put on a big feast, and there was like free burgers. So I made a couple of free burgers, yeah! Anyway, I got this different truck today. Just giving it a bit of a splash and dash. It's another Scana around R560. But it's the next big apple. This is one of my free burgers from work. Life is good. So we got this rich guy that's a relief driver, right? He's got a tool business that he buys and sells tools and makes lots of money out of that. And we just give him a call when we're stuck for drivers. And I was just telling him about my American dream to go over there and work hard and get my name on the door of a rig one day. And the guy was fully backing me up and supporting me. It's really nice to get that kind of feedback, because, you know, you don't know where these guys are connected, eh? Yummy! Diesel burgers. Okay, now we've got to boogie over to Bay View. Look at our beautiful truck. Now we've got to boogie over to Bay View and refuel my mate because he left his fuel card behind, and so I'm going to fuel him up on mine. I'll do a splash and dash while we're there. Man, looks cool, eh? Just got a shout out to Paul, the guy that does the loading in Hastings. He supervises the loads and what goes out, and has it all arranged so when we get there he just reels off his instructions and we just do what he says. Well, he's responsible for the load and the weights of it, and he done a great job. Well done, Paul. Big respect to you, bro. Down to 5th gear, 25 kilometers an hour. Yep, we're heavy. So here we are, we're cruising out in the countryside. There's a random back there following us. You can't really see him just yet, but he's back there. There he is. Now this makes me think of these young women that drive around America in these big trucks, and like they sleep in truck stops, and they're pretty much by themselves. Now I have enough respect for women operators to know that they can do the job just as well as men. That's not an issue for me. But and I know that there's a lot of very good men in trucking that if they know they're by a woman alone, they will you know, keep an eye on her during the course of the night. You know, I have no doubt that there's a good camaraderie amongst the truckers and that they're taking care of each other. But I still worry. I still really, really worry. And you know, these young women that are out on the road like this tonight with randoms following them down, and they're by themselves, particularly pretty ones with a profile, it does make me worry. I genuinely worry about that, and I hope you're taking every precaution to make yourself as safe as humanly possible. You know, I want to see 357s, 44s, 9mm, you know, 5.56s, 7.62s. You know, I want to see whatever it takes to level the playing field. Better still, I would feel a hell of a lot more comfortable if your truck didn't have to stop. You need a bullet catcher. Just really worrying. Please be careful out there, ladies. It's a shitty world sometimes. Okay, can you see that place? Probably not. With the GoPro, it probably looks like just a whole lot of little dots a million miles away. Could be looking at the sun or stars. But that is a geothermal power station. And in that place there, they make energy and electricity from volcano farts. Yeah, go figure. There's our truckie brothers. Whoa, what's up, mister? There's a hot shot. There, man, bam. Whoa, hey, Freight Shaker, how you doing? Who's this big guy? Where you going, bro? Where you going? At the rotary? You're going that way. Alright. Freaky looking truck. Look at that big guy. There's a Kenworth. Peter Baker once again starring. Glamour rigs, eh? Man, I love those. I love that stuff. Here's us. Yeah. Off they go. And here's us once again sojourning into the darkness. You know, I'm a real big fan of the Pilgrim's Progress, and it's amazing how you can relate that story to different facets of your life. You know, like I got involved with this art thing. You know, I've talked a little bit that, you know, today, and the art scene is full of these people that aren't like me. And it was a bit like, no shit, it was a bit like Vanity Fair, the whole thing in the story. You know, these people parading themselves around and look at me, and it's like, what? And they're like that. That's truly what they are, and they speak with this tongue that doesn't mean what they say, and it's bizarre. It's a freaky thing, and that's like Vanity Fair. And so I sort of got ridiculed out of there real quick. Whew, thank goodness, and moved on. And you know, in the story, at the last journey, there's he's got to cross this river with his buddy, and his buddy doesn't make it for some reason. You know, and I've crossed that river by myself, and I can see that golden city, and it's beautiful. And this is what I like about night driving, is just that the experience is so surreal. You know, I'm cruising along in pitch darkness and I can't even see my feet. I just love driving at night. It is such an exciting and vibrant, dynamic and weird thing. I've never felt more at home, or I've never felt I've belonged anywhere as much as what I do, sitting in a cab of a truck in the middle of the night in some random town outside a gas station, deciding to go and get some coffee.